Today I am reviewing the Alienware 16 Area-51 gaming laptop. If at any time you'd like to explore this product for yourself and grab it at a great price, be sure to check the links below the video. If you are looking for a laptop that basically functions as a portable desktop replacement and you have the budget to match, you've probably been eyeing the new Alienware Area-51. I've been putting this machine through its paces for the last 2 weeks, and while the raw power here is frankly ridiculous, there are a few practical realities about living with this thing that you need to know before you drop a significant amount of money on it. You can check the links below the video if you want to see the current pricing or explore the specific configuration I am using today. Let's start with the performance because that is obviously the main reason anyone buys an Area-51. With the Intel Ultra 9275HX and the new RTX 5080, this laptop is an absolute monster. I spent most of my time testing it with titles that usually bring high-end laptops to their knees, and the frame rates were consistently impressive. The jump to GDDR7 memory on the 5080 is not just marketing fluff. You can feel the difference in texture loading and stability, especially when you push the resolution up to that native WQXGA mark. It handles everything I threw at it without stuttering, and for professional-grade rendering or heavy multitasking, it is one of the most capable mobile workstations I have used this year. However, that power comes with a physical tax. The cooling system, which Dell calls the Cryo-Chamber, is actually quite innovative. The quad-fan setup and that clear Gorilla Glass intake are visually striking, and they do a decent job of keeping the internals from throttling during long sessions. Even when the fans are spinning at full tilt, the noise profile is a bit deeper and less high-pitched than previous Alienware models, which makes it less annoying to listen to during a marathon session. But even with that cooling, the chassis gets warm. If you are planning on actually using this on your lap, you're going to be uncomfortable very quickly. This is a machine that demands a desk, a mouse, and a solid cooling pad if you want to keep your legs from burning. The display is another high point. That 240Hz refresh rate on the 16-inch panel is buttery smooth, and the color accuracy is genuinely good enough for professional photo or video editing if you're a creator who also happens to be a hardcore gamer. The GSYNC integration works perfectly, and I did not notice any screen tearing or ghosting during fast-paced competitive shooters. It is a bright, vibrant, and sharp display, though I will say the glossy finish can be a bit of a nightmare if you're sitting in a room with a window behind you. Glare is definitely a factor here, so keep that in mind for your desk setup. Now, I need to talk about the build and the weight. This is not a thin and light laptop. It is heavy, it is thick, and the power brick itself is essentially a small weapon. If you are a student or a commuter who needs to carry a laptop in a backpack every single day, this is probably not the machine for you. The hinge feels solid, the materials are premium, and the keyboard has that tactile, mechanical feel that I personally love for gaming, but the portability is almost non-existent. You are buying this to keep it on a desk 95% of the time. If you move it, it is usually just from one room to another. One surprise was the 4K webcam. Most gaming laptops have terrible cameras that look like they were pulled from a budget phone from 2010, but this one is actually clear and handles low light decently well. It is not going to replace a dedicated mirrorless camera for streaming, but for Discord calls or work meetings, it is miles ahead of the competition. So, who is this for? If you want the absolute highest performance available right now, and you do not care about portability or battery life, this is a top-tier choice. The battery life is exactly what you would expect from a 240W power draw beast, which is to say it is abysmal. You are tethered to the wall almost constantly. If you try to game on battery power, you'll be disappointed by the throttle performance, and the battery will drain in under an hour. You should avoid this laptop if you value battery life, lightweight design, or if you're on a tight budget. The price-to-performance ratio is good for what you get, but it is still a massive investment. If you're looking for something more balanced that you can take to a coffee shop, look elsewhere. But if you want a desktop-class experience that you can pack into a bag if you absolutely have to, the Area-51 is a powerhouse. I really enjoyed the responsiveness of the system, and Windows 11 Pro runs flawlessly on this hardware. It is a polished, high-end experience, but it is definitely a niche product for a specific type of user. Check the links below the video to see if the current price fits your budget and to see the full spec sheet. Overall, if you know what you are getting into regarding the size and the heat, it is a fantastic piece of engineering. Just make sure your desk has enough space for the footprint of this thing.